Hey guys, it's Brent. Welcome back. It is Monday, beautiful Monday here in Ohio. I hope it is great wherever you are today in the world. It is time for the next episode of Brainwashed. Because you know we all are. From the moment we're born, we're brainwashed, we're programmed by our friends, family, society at large. And that's the programming that's running in our mind to this day, and it's destroying our life. That's why we're here. We'll tell you how to get in there and change that rusty programming to start living the life that you deserve. And guess what? It's effortless when you know how to do it. If you're fighting against life, you always know it's wrong when you get that feeling. It's supposed to be easy and effortless. We're going to talk about that today. You know, this is the part. If you missed the first a few episodes of Brainwash, they're going to be linked down below. You don't really have to watch them in order. Each part kind of stands on its own, but it is good if you go back and you'll understand the terminology that I use. So go back and watch those. I guarantee you these are life-changing, this material. So trust me, if you missed them, go back, take a look, all right? Today, we're going to be talking about the 4 secrets of healthy relationships in the game. For instance, if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say game, then you need to go back because we discussed that earlier. But life really is just one big game. And in it, we set up all these little mini games that we try to win. So what we're going to tell you about here is how you can go about winning those games without making anyone else lose. This today, though, is about relationships, and we're going to go real deep. All right. The first thing that I want you to get in regard to relationships, it has to do with playing back some of those old pictures of your past. Specifically, what I want you to do is look carefully at the unconscious world out there and see the devices it uses when a declaration is made that a relationship is over. Think about it. What happens when one or both of the people decide that a relationship is over? And by relationship, remember, life is made up of relationships. It's not just romantic. It's all sorts of relationships, all right? What you'll see is about 99% of the people, they go about setting up a really intricate game on the way to ending a relationship. Now, invariably, it involves establishing absolute wrongness for the partner. That is, they invalidate the other's act. They cancel their vote. Then they get to walk away and they get to say, damn, I don't know how I got into that in the first place. I knew it all the time. It happens at the courtship level. It happens at the marriage level. It happens at the friendship level. It happens at the business level. In fact, if you look, you'll see it happens almost all the time when a relationship ends between 2 people. The message I want you to get from this is super simple. It is that what you're seeing is nothing but minds at work. It's survival. I've got to be right. So an elaborate game is created and played out which lets one survive while canceling the other's vote. Look at the valuable time it takes to conceive, set up, and play out the invalidation game. Point, any relationship you've had is simply back there on the videotape permanently. And you spent the time in that relationship of your own choice. Therefore, you can't change it. You can't get that time back. It happened. Let the thing alone. If you arise one morning and make a choice to exit a relationship, do it without canceling anyone's vote. Just tell the truth about it without making the other person wrong. And don't wait a month or a year or a decade. It's not fair to you. It's certainly not fair to them. What do you get out of sitting on a powder keg all that time? You know what you get? An ulcer. You get disease in the body. Now let's move on and talk about a good relationship. Healthy, growing relationships are so rare, especially now in the world. Primarily because people don't see what they truly consist of. And defining a good relationship is as simple as 1, 2, 3, 4, because it's the 4 secrets, and here they are. Number 1, total acceptance of the other person's river. If you don't know what that is, go back and watch. But basically, their river of life. 2, actively creating games which feed that river. 3, creating a safe space for the other person and having him or her know that you will never violate it. And finally, 4, communicating with the other person about the 3 things I just mentioned. Now let's start at the beginning with acceptance. This one is extremely basic. It has to do with complete understanding and acceptance of the fact that the other person is indeed on his own river, and that has his own purposes, goals, ideas, whatever. And when it gets down to those basic individual purposes, neither he nor you can change the direction or the flow. Sure, you can try to push the river around or get in the canoe and row against it, but you better get the idea that it's going where it's going, no matter what either of you decides. To push that river is equal to delaying the action. It's futility. So there's no change of basic purpose involved in a good relationship. Just to be certain that you're clear on that point, I'm not talking about the incidentals in life, like leaving your clothes all over the place or being late. Those things you can successfully change with no effect on the relationship. But at the nitty-gritty level, you'd better be at acceptance if you want to be happy. And you know what? Whatever the nitties are for you, well, that's what they are. Look and know what your basic life purposes are. I can't recite them for you because I'm not you. This is a place where you can observe the unconscious world rowing against the river for a lifetime. Look around you. How many people are stuck in relationships when it's transparently obvious that they don't belong there? Are you? The second criteria for a good relationship is where you can begin to see whether 2 people are really getting it on together, where they're on the same wavelength. If they are, you'll see that each of them actively feeds the other's purposes. Both of them create little games for the other to play that really turn him on, and they really enjoy seeing the other person doing their thing. Not many relationships are like that, but it's the unmistakable sign of a good and growing one. A perfect example is, let's say the guy is relaxed and easy about life, very informal. So what does that mean? Old blue jeans and a t-shirt and going off to the mountains to fish, right? She's into people and big dinner parties. The point is simple. If they expect to have a growing, healthy relationship, the first step is acknowledgement of the other, acceptance of those purposes, and then feeding the other. That's when a relationship is happy and effortless. You shouldn't have to struggle. You shouldn't have to fight. You shouldn't have to work against anything. Creating a safe space for the other person, well, that consists of nothing more than expanding your space to include a corridor where the other can come in at any time, dump anything that they choose, have you acknowledged what it is they've dumped, and then just leave it there on your tape. Your partner must know, and I mean know intuitively, implicitly, that you will never use the information or the evidence against them at any time for any reason, even when only the 2 of you are involved. Sometimes the dump material is called a secret or could be a confession or whatever. The subject matter isn't important. No matter what it is, if your relationship is getting better all the time, the other person will know that whatever was dumped will stay in the dumped pile. You may have a discussion about it, but you will never use it against them. The final point is communication. If you're not talking, you're coming to the end of the line, my friends. Oh, you can be sure you can tie a need knot at the tail end. You can hang on desperately. But you should understand clearly what it is that you're doing. You're just surviving and nothing more. It's just the mind at work, serving you up those pictures of the past, which keep you trapped, that keep you firmly stuck in the mud of life, and you are light years away, eons away from happiness. Now, I didn't say anything about need or sex or love, and I did that consciously because they have nothing to do with the basics of a good relationship. Take need. When you think you need someone, that translates to his or her ability to do it to you. What do I mean? Well, if you need the other person and they aren't around, well, your life is screwed, and he did that to you. And the person needed feels guilt because he knows that he can't provide what's needed all the time. And the weight of the leaning person is especially heavy with the realization that total collapse is likely if he's not there to be leaned on. What you must get is that you will survive with or without the other person. You know that each of you has got your own river. Healthy relationships are a game based on feed, not need. Feed, not need. That consists of creating little games to feed the other and seeing little games created for you that feed your river. Now that is where you want to be. You can see why persons of the same sex so often have solid relationships. It's because they have the opportunity to deal themselves out of those games in the other's life where total acceptance is not possible. And of course, to join in when they're together on things. Thus, no interference. Now, let's not forget love. After all, it's what makes the world go round, right? Maybe. I mean, I see love as a very simple phenomenon that all comes back to you. That is, you're either a loving person or you're not. And if you are loving, then you're totally willing to give with no expectation of getting anything in return. Another person can only get in the way and receive the love that you have to give. The point is that you don't fall in love. You're already there or you're not. In relationships, love is the conscious choice you have when you look at another being, his river, the situation, and then you choose to let your emotions go. Add love to the basic four and you're off to even higher ground. Now take the time necessary to run some pictures of your past about the relationships you've had and have. See what was going on. Tell the truth about what was or is going on. Look and know that a good relationship is an easy, effortless process. You're not fighting anything. You're not holding back anything. How good are your relationships with your husband or wife, your girlfriend or boyfriend, parents, kids, friends, business associates? Look, we're going to deal with sex real quick. Sex is simple. It's another conscious choice you have, whether you like it or not. That means when you're hot, you're hot. If you set up a relationship without the basic four, well, sex is just a frictional mechanism to cool you down. Add it to the basic four, and you really get to sail along in ecstasy, because you will then get to see that sex is part of the other person's river too. And you will communicate about what games are especially exciting for your partner. Then you proceed to feed those purposes, and everyone is happy. We're now at a point where we can discuss a phenomenon that I like to call pigeonholing. And you know what this is. The unconscious masses out there are doing something with people who come into their lives which is absolutely abysmal. It is that they never let the old videotape pictures alone. More specifically, when a person enters your life, you take the pictures of them. And then you store those pictures in a very special place and go back there and haul them up every time this person re-enters your game. You've got them pigeonholed. They are stuck. They are trapped in those old pictures of who you think they are, what their purposes are, and how it all fits into your game. Let me give you an example. We label everything in our lives, from the tree that's in front of you to people. And with people, it's dangerous. Say you meet someone in your life. You met them once. They were sloppy drunk. They embarrassed themselves. They embarrassed you. And so in your video library of your mind, you've got them labeled as the drunk. And every time you see them, those are the pictures that you haul back up. Well, maybe what you don't know is that they've never had a drink in their life. And that night was the first time. Maybe their father died. They were very close. They went out. They had a bender. And you saw them in a low moment. And to label them the drunk for the rest of their life in your pictures is insane. But we do that. People change, damn it. Get the idea that every time you see someone, you should take new pictures. Seek out what's new for the person. Ask him about changes in his life and spend a little bit of time putting a new episode on that video. When you look through the camera of the present, each time, actively look for what's new and different about the person. Shoot new film. Stop locking people into your old pictures. That includes people and even more so that you deal with every day, like your wife, your kids, your business associates, your friends, whoever. I want you to become aware of the fact that the unconscious masses, they use pigeonholing to fulfill new needs in their lives every time that need arises. People have a pigeonholed picture which show them exactly what a marital partner should consist of, okay? So how it got there is incidental. What's important is that it's there and that they act on it. You see people who marry that perfect picture the first time around, they split from it, but then, incredibly, they haul up the same flawed picture and they marry it again. Exactly the same kind of person again. Put your relationships against the true test, the basic 4 secrets, and let the old pictures alone. They're in the past where they belong. Relationship games come alive when they're based on newness, freshness, exciting creations. No old pictures. The players get to see very clearly that they are where they are every moment because of their choices, because they chose to be there. They understand that it's okay to change their minds. They see very clearly that they will only be in the relationship for as long as they choose to be there. The truth is that marriage is nothing but an arrangement, an agreement. It's not a goal like so many unconscious people think. And now, a little word about who wields the power in relationships. Nowadays, male, female, male, female, female, doesn't make any difference. But if we were looking at male, female, if you look at that game of life, you can see most of the time that the woman has more power than the man. In fact, men are chickens, and I speak from experience. The power in life is nothing more than the speed with which you can move from games. You take your games from the B stage to the have stage. The less time spent in the doing, the faster you get to have what you want. And you can plainly see that most women are a hell of a lot less inhibited about taking those leaps than men. You know, it doesn't matter why. It's just the truth. Another interesting thing, which I think is related to the reluctance of most men to accept the power that the girl has to give, is that most women end up holding back some part of themselves in a relationship. It always seems like they're waiting for that white knight who's going to ride up on the horse and whisk them away to some legendary kingdom of happiness. First of all, know that you put in your relationship, that you put you in the relationship that you're in. There's no other way to say it that's more cleanly. You are responsible for being in this relationship, whatever relationship it is. Look and know that what it is really is. There are no knights left out there. It's just the guy that comes in the front door every night. So why not try with him? Why not try to give him all you have? Because you'll never be able to recapture that time. Can you edit it when it's over? No. So you have a choice about either remaining or leaving. And while you choose to remain, then get with it. Be with it here and now. It's not fair to either of you. Look, talking about relationships, we can take a look at a relationship that you've chosen to end, okay? So imagine, we've looked at methods here about that people use to get out by being right and by making the other person wrong, canceling their vote. And there's nothing more painful than that. You're literally invalidating the other person. Let's take an example which clearly communicates what I want you to see. A friend of mine is living with a lady. They're not married. Now, he says they both went into their arrangement with a very clear understanding that it wouldn't involve marriage or children. The trouble is, he now finds that, well, it is not so anymore. She's begun to hint at the fact that it would be really nice to hear the pitter-patter of little feet. He's looked long and hard at that notion, and he knows he's just not there. So what do you do in this situation? What would you do in this situation? Well, I'll tell you, the best way to deal with terminating a relationship is to openly communicate about it. Why do we go into these games at the end? We have to make the other person wrong in the process. The truth is this: her river includes kids. His river doesn't. That's really at the nitty-gritty level of things. I would think that he wouldn't want to start rowing against his river in an attempt to stay even. Same with her. It's time to separate. And the way to do that is simply to climb into the shoes of the other person for just a moment and acknowledge it. You say, look, I understand kids are really a vital part of you. You want them so badly, and you can see them now, but I can't. I would really be misleading you if I went into that act and ended up dumping you and the kids 3 or 4 years from now, because I can't stand it. So I want you to go out and find someone who's interested in kids and have them. The time I've spent with you has been beautiful, and we'll always have the memory of our lives together. But it's time to realize that we are not going to make it from here. Now, do you see what happened there? The truth is out, and it doesn't have to hurt anyone. Both of them survive, and they can still be friends. They don't have to regret anything or cancel each other. She can return anytime and share her new life with him. He can enjoy seeing how happy she is, and he gets to be happy too. Yes, there's a little pain at the moment, but it's like any Band-Aid, you just remove it. Don't drag this on for days, weeks, months, years. It's just not fair. Life goes on, and it goes on with no effort. Look ahead and know, whatever the hell you do, don't row against the river. I'll be back on Wednesday because we're going to be talking about the games that kids play and how we have literally been programmed since we've been under 10 years of age, and that is the programming that's running our life. We're going to go into the games that kids play, and we'll do that on Wednesday. But I want to talk to you just a few minutes about mindset coaching. You know, it's unbelievable. It's like Socrates said, the secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. And your mindset plays a critical role in how you view life. A fixed mindset can be limiting and can be detrimental, affecting all facets of your personal and professional life. Now, a growth mindset can send you on a trajectory for success and for happiness. Ask yourself some questions. How do you see the world? How do you see yourself? And how do you overcome your limitations? What are your perspectives? Well, a mindset shift can be one of the most transformative shifts a person can make. It can open you up to a world you didn't know existed and open you to opportunities and experiences that will enrich you for a lifetime. Let's work together to rewire your mindset. Let's give you the skills to be the best version of yourself and unlock your full potential. I mean, my God, you've had the key in your pocket all along. It's time to use it. Together, we will train you to hone in on your mindset. We will see if your mindset is growth or if your mindset is limited. We will allow you to create a gateway for positive beliefs, behaviors, and emotions. And guess what? It'll bring opportunity and positivity into your life. I will help you uncover the beliefs, the blocks, the behaviors, and the habits that prevent you from living your fullest, greatest life. Now, I can help you if you're one of the many people who feel lost. You've tried everything, but nothing's worked, and you believe that something holds you back from success. If you're willing to make positive changes in your life, if you feel overwhelmed and have a strong desire to move forward, if you have limiting beliefs holding you back from reaching your personal and career goals, if you've set your goals, but you need motivation from the outside, if you're ready to take action and make those dreams come true, if you acknowledge the gaps in your life and you're ready to fill them in, and you want to discover the clarity of your goals, well, mindset coaching is what you need. During our sessions, you'll be getting a clear understanding of who you are and what you want from life. We will unlock and remove unconscious patterns. We'll do that with solution-focused conversations to change your negative thinking into positive thinking. By applying my personalized transformation techniques, we'll replace those negative patterns with new ones, and will help you move forward to achieve your goals much more quickly and easily. I am dedicated to rewiring my clients' mindset and allowing them to be the very best version of themselves and unlock that full potential. If you'd like some more information, visit brentwebb.info/coaching. More information, brentwebb.info/coaching. If you've not joined our Facebook community, well, now is the time. We are a like-minded group of students. We are banded together, taking control for the very first time, some of us, of our lives, letting go of our past and the blocks that hold us down, setting real goals and making positive choices for the future. Fantastic content each and every day. Join us. Invite your friends and family, facebook.com/groups/students of self-empowerment. And finally, if you're looking for a way to help us, the best way you can do that is by support with engagement. Like everything, share everything, comment on everything, and join and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have thousands of members in our Facebook community and nowhere near that on YouTube. So take a moment right now and go subscribe. Over 200 videos. We working our ass off for you guys, so we cover every topic we can to get you through your journey. So go subscribe right now. It's youtube.com/Taylor Web Television. I guarantee there is a video there for whatever it is you need right now in your life. So I'll be back again on Wednesday with the next part of Brainwashed. We're going to be talking all about kids games. And the sad thing is, most of us play those kids games way into adulthood. And that's what we're going to be talking about on Wednesday. So go spend some time in the Students of Self-Empowerment post, share, let us know where you are on your journey, what you need help with. We are here for you. And remember, don't worry, be happy and feel good. I'll see you on Wednesday.